In the ancient city of Ibadan lived three good friends. This story happened in the 80s. It is a true story, not a fairy tale or fabrication. They were very close and did things together. They went to the same secondary school, but they could not further their education due to financial constraints. They started working for the state government at the secretariat in Agodi. Their peers went to university, graduated, and began working in good companies. They were moving up the corporate ladder while these three friends were stuck in their clerical jobs. They got married and started having children. They married people like them who had no ambition to move forward in life. Every evening, they would always meet at the bar to drink away their sorrows, as they often said. One evening, one of their classmates from secondary school came to the bar in a brand new Mercedes 190 to celebrate with them. They were happy for him but also jealous, thinking that if they had the money to further their education, they could be in the same position and buy their own cars. To make matters worse, the guy, after getting drunk, said, "You three friends are still together, wasting your lives away at the secretariat when you could go to school and make something great of yourselves." They were hurt by his insult but did not fight him. After all, he was telling the truth. But how could they go to school now, when they had children? They left the bar that night feeling sorrowful. They did not go to the bar throughout that week, but they saw each other daily. Kunal, one of them, told them he had found a way to get rich. So, they met him at a primary school near his house. They went to the end of the football field, and he told them, "We can do a money ritual that doesn't involve killing people." The other two rejected the idea instantly. They said they would rather die poor than do a money ritual. Kunal did not argue with them and told them it was okay. They did not mention it anymore, but they continued to see each other and drink together every day. A few months later, they were surprised when Kunal asked them to come and see his shop at Begi Market. He was selling clothing materials, and the shop was full to the brim with expensive laces. He also showed them his brand new pickup truck. They asked him how he got all these within a few months. He lied to them, saying that his uncle in America had lent him the money to start the business and that he would repay it later at a lower interest rate. Deo was the one who questioned him about this because they knew he had no one in America. They had grown up together. "Who told you I don't have an uncle in America?" he asked them. "We know all your uncles," they replied. "You don't know them all," he told them. They were not convinced, but they were happy for him and continued to meet every evening at the bar. Kunal was getting richer and richer while they were getting poorer due to their commitments at home. A few months later, Kunal was celebrating the opening of his house, a mansion fit for kings. As usual, he invited them. Kunal did not abandon them as friends. He still came to the bar once in a while, especially on weekends. They were ashamed to be at the opening ceremony because all the guests were wealthy people dressed in flowing, expensive Agbada lace. The height of their embarrassment was when one of the guests called Deo to come and serve him. The man couldn't be blamed because Deo was wearing a white shirt and black trousers, the same as the servers. Deo left the place in anger, and Soji followed him. On their way, they decided to talk to and beg their friend to reveal the secret of his wealth because they believed it was not ordinary. They waited until they met at the bar exactly 2 weeks later. They begged him to help them. It was then that he revealed the secret of his wealth. He first asked them to swear an oath that they would not tell anyone when he revealed his secret to them. They swore, and he told them he had done a money ritual. It did not involve shedding any blood. It was a ritual using a cock. He promised to take them to the Baba when they were ready. He kept his promise and took them to the man a few days later. The man told them to buy cocks and bring them for the ritual. He said the cocks would be starved for 7 days, and after 7 days, they would be fed with corn he had prepared. The amount of corn each cock ate would determine the number of days they would live on this earth. He did not ask them for anything apart from that. After 7 days, they went back, and Deo's cock ate 21 pieces of corn, while Soji's cock ate 23. The man told them that money would come, and they should use it to start any business involving buying and selling. Deo also got a shop at Begi, selling clothing materials, while Soji started a provision business. 7 years later, Kunal died in his sleep. No one knew what killed him, but the two friends had an idea. Unsure if Kunal's years had ended, they quickly went to Baba's place to inquire. They were told that his years had been fulfilled. Baba told them that they were lucky to have more years to live, and that they should go and enjoy their wealth. Kunal had not told them that his years were only 7 years. What was strange about Kunal was that within a year of his demise, his business crumbled. His wife sold all their property to take care of the children left behind. She was about to sell the house when Deo and Soji came to her rescue. They went back to Baba, and he told them that the money would no longer last since the man who performed the ritual was no longer alive. This saddened them. They did not want their wealth to perish with them when they died. This became a significant concern for them. They began visiting different Babalawos, who promised them that nothing would happen to their wealth after their death. After 21 years of Deo's wealth and lifespan, he died in his sleep. Within a year, his business also crumbled, and his wife was selling his possessions to take care of the family. Soji was helping neither Deo's wife nor Kunal's family. The only good thing was that their children had finished university. Soji, determined not to go down without a fight, realized those other Babalawos were lying after taking a lot of money from them. He went back to Baba. Baba, now very old and almost blind, still recognized him and told him nothing could be done. Dejected, Soji went home, knowing he had only 1 year left to live. He decided to start going to church. He went to a Christ Apostolic Church to meet the general overseer and confess to him. The man of God laughed and told him he would not die, would live long, and would never lose his money. He prayed for him, just a simple prayer. Soji could not believe a simple prayer could solve the problem. He gave his life to Christ, continued going to church, and believed that if he died at the end of his covenant years, he would go to heaven. He remembered the man of God jokingly saying that he had planned a coup for the devil. 10 years later, Soji went to church to give a testimony, still alive and with his wealth intact. He wished his two friends had thought about turning to God.